again. Today I'm here to tell you about The Nutshell Library by Maurice Sendak. My grandmother gave these books to my sister, my brother, and me when we were very young. They have been treasured by us ever since and given by us to many new babies over the years. Library, what do you think? Trust me, library is not too big a word for this small but mighty set of books. They provide an introduction to the alphabet, numbers, counting both up and down, the calendar, and a parable.
Kate, what's a parable?
I'm so glad you asked. According to vocabulary.com, a parable is a short moral story, often with an animal character. So, let's start with the alphabet book, which is Alligators All Around. It depicts an alligator family exploring the alphabet by doing everything from entertaining elephants to ordering oatmeal. Then we go to the counting book. One Was Johnny, a counting book. Tells the tale of a fellow who enjoys his own company and is not afraid to express his preference when uninvited guests show up. Next we have Chicken Soup with Rice, a book of months. It takes our unnamed protagonist. Kathy, do you remember what a protagonist is?
I think it might be a hero.
Yes, a hero or a main character or a major character in a story. Yes.
Oh, yes, now I remember.
Yes, that's right. So our unnamed protagonist, who looks a lot like Johnny, takes a year-long journey enjoying seasonally appropriate activities, all involving chicken soup. Now, finally, to the parable. Pierre, a cautionary tale in 5 chapters and a prologue, tells us of a boy who would not express his opinion and, in consequence, nearly suffered a terrible fate. Kathy, do you know what in consequence means?
Well, I think I'm going to cheat, Kate, because I was trying to think how to explain it.
It's simple. It's simple, but it's hard to come up with. In consequence, as a result of.
I should have known that.
That's according to Merriam-Webster.
But it's a nice, simple explanation.
It is a simple explanation. I can even tell you a parable as an example.
I would love that.
When I was a little girl, I was having dinner with my best friend. Her name's Margaret. Her mother asked me if I would like vanilla or chocolate ice cream for dessert. Well, thinking I was being polite, I said I didn't care, meaning that I would take either, whichever was handy, or maybe even a scoop of both, whichever she had out. Sadly, that is not how she interpreted it. I was informed that since I didn't care, I must not want either.
Oh dear.
In consequence, I didn't get any dessert. Trust me, that never happened again. I take my ice cream very seriously.
As you should.
Thank you. Well, back to Pierre. See what happens to the boy who didn't care in Sendak's parable. And yes, as our definition suggests, there is an animal character. A short moral story, often with animal characters. And in our story, there is an animal character. Okay. The fabulous Sendak illustrations and turns of phrase and rhymes make the Nutshell Library a pure delight. So much so that it has even been turned into a musical called Really Rosie. The music was written and performed by Carole King.
Oh, wonderful.
I know Kathy knows Carole King. Kathy, did you already know the word parable and the phrase in consequence?
I did.
Could you use them in a sentence?
The parable of the fox and the grapes shows that, oh dear, I can't use in consequence.
Was there a consequence to that story?
There was a consequence. Oh, how about the boy who cries wolf?
Oh, good one.
Okay, and his consequence was that he pretended to cry wolf when there wasn't one so many times. So when there actually was one, nobody believed him.
That was a terrible consequence.
That was a terrible consequence.
Especially for the sheep.
Yes.
Folks at home, can you think of an occurrence in your life that could be told as a parable? What were the consequences? If you'd like to check out the individual books of the Nutshell Library, you can do so through Lithgow to Go. Go to our catalog with your library card, request them, and we will let you know when they're ready for you to pick up. You can also request the musical score for Really Rosie or the music CD by Interlibrary Loan. Thanks for watching. Remember, stay safe.